So here we are in sunny South Africa, in the Franschhoek region, which is the wine and food capital of the Cape. And I'm here with my mentor, Mr. Eddie Ayres. Eddie, it's good to see you, Eddie.
Nice to see you.
I've been over here for a week, and Eddie was my first mentor, and you may know from checking out my website that when I was 24, I was introduced to Eddie, and it was at that point that my life dramatically changed. I've been self-employed since I was 19, and nothing really happened until I was 24, and I met Eddie. I just want to ask Eddie a few questions about mentorship and the importance of a mentor, because I know Eddie had a mentor, and anybody who's ever achieved anything, like sports personalities, you'll find they have a coach and or a mentor. Sometimes they're the same person. To achieve what it is that they're trying to achieve. So Eddie, thank you for inviting me over, and good to see you after.
I'm sorry it's so warm.
I have to say it is about 80 odd degrees here in the middle of February. My last trip was in January. I was out in Val d'Isère skiing, so it's great to be able to get away once a month, is what I try to do. But enjoy the surroundings. There'll be people walking around. We are actually filming in a live real restaurant. So Eddie, over to you.
Welcome to Grand Provence. It's one of our favourites. We've been coming here a few years now, and it's just the epitome of South Africa and why we like it. First class service, first class food, first class everything, which I have to say we've gotten used to. Spoils you a bit.
Brilliant. Now, obviously, you remember all the days 20 years ago when you first started mentoring me.
Oh yes.
And I know obviously the benefits of that, and I can tell people how it's benefited me. But I want to actually get you to explain, or tell everybody more about your mentor, how you became successful, because you obviously started life with no qualifications. You was working as a singer in a band. You didn't have a silver spoon in your mouth. You didn't inherit anything. And now you enjoy the life that most people dream of. You retired at age 49, you're now over 50, just about, we know that. Tell me more about what you think about mentorship and what mentorship is and the importance of it.
Well, for me it was total. The person I met was a jeweller. Would you like to know his name? I'll call him Ben, because that's what it is. I won't tell you his surname, but his name was Ben, and he basically sold jewellery in the 70s to all the so-called stars, but they were then not like they are now. They were stars that were established, not made overnight. And he used to go, and I can quote fact, he used to sell the diamonds to Tom Jones, the Tom Jones show and all the rest of it. I just got to know him. He had a wonderful house. That was my main memory. A wonderful house in a wonderful place in a wonderful road in Hertfordshire, which is well known. I won't mention it now. But he also had lovely cars. He also had, in those days, a rare thing, his own number plate. Nowadays everyone's got one. They even make them up. You have to spend 10 minutes working them out somewhere. But he had his own number, and he was a lovely guy. Very, very warm. I just liked everything about him.
So did he take you under his wing, as it were?
Sort of, yeah.
So how did he? So effectively, you realised that was the lifestyle you wanted.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Was your first distinction.
Yeah.
You had faith and belief
Yeah.
in what
Total belief.
What he could deliver for his own life. And
Oh, he was doing it.
That.
He was doing it.
Okay. So he was walking the talk.
Very much so.
And then he helps you become what you became. How did he coach you? How did he mentor you?
He basically used to tell me stories, and some of the stories were very funny, and he seemed to have all these bits and pieces. I'll give you one example: a crocodile briefcase. I've heard all the jokes, get this and that and make it snappy, but he really had one. So the first thing I did when I became the #1 in my company was a crocodile briefcase. In fact, I had to be the #1 to win it.
Right.
And I was then chaired round the sculpture gallery at Woburn, which is very well known, at Duke of Bedford. And that was, the only way I could explain it, it was like winning the World Cup, or a golfing tournament, or a cricket tournament, or a whatever tournament. Thank you. That's what he did to me, not so much by what he did, but by what he had.
Okay.
And he was a great party guy, and giver.
So you developed belief because you found out his story, and your belief mindset enhanced when you realised that actually you could do this because
why not?
You've met this chap and he's helping you get to work.
I didn't have the vehicle at the time. I had no idea how. I just knew I wanted it. That was good enough for me.
Okay. So what would you say is the importance, or the most important thing for people who are aspiring to, let's say, because obviously people are looking to expand out of their current situation, they're trying to enhance their lives, they're trying to become successful. Would you say it's easier with a mentor or trying to go it alone?
You can't go it alone. It's like being on a train and you haven't got your tracks. You can't go it alone. How do you refer? How do you know what you're doing is going to get you where you want to go?
Because I have to admit, in my situation when I was working with Eddie in the very early days, there were decisions I needed to make. I was trying to work things out. And by the way, just excuse everything here. We've been service fantastic. Look at this food. This is just superb. And obviously the service is second to none as well.
That's why it's one of our favourite places in the Cape.
Thank you. Thanks.
Mr. Rocket Star.
He's going to be a film star now. He realises
Can I
that.
bring you some side press, maybe?
I'm fine. Does anybody else?
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. So really what I'm trying to say is doing it alone
Impossible.
I would say it's virtually impossible, and obviously Eddie's verifying it. So I'm going to touch base with you a little bit later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.